Good morning. It is Miss Wilton again. Today we are moving on with our poetry books by actually beginning our shape poem. Now, for those of you who know me, I am not an artistic person. So this is actually, believe it or not, the hardest poem for me because I struggle with drawing. But you know what? I planned mine out and look, I was able to come up with a drawing. So if I can do it, I know that you can, okay? So, to begin with, let's go ahead and review our learning target and success criteria, okay? So, the learning target has not changed. We are still learning to write for entertainment purposes using figurative language, all right? Our success criteria got slightly smaller in that I did take one out. But it's still the same that you're going to see almost throughout the whole week, okay? So you know you're successful today if you can use descriptive words to form a poem. You also know you're successful if you can creatively assemble a poem in a shape that connects to the poem and your common theme. So, with that being said, for those of us who struggle with pictures, I definitely encourage you to reach out to me. I'm going to tell you, you are probably going to want to draw your poem out and write your poem inside of that before you actually submit. So this is going to require you actually taking a picture unless you know how to draw on the Chromebook and submit the picture that way. All right. With that being said, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to talk with you guys a little bit more about what a shape poem is, okay? So a shape poem is a poem that describes a topic both visually, as you can see visually, and with words, so through imagery, okay? So what that means is you're going to describe a topic or an object in this situation, and then you're going to write your poem in the way or in the shape of what you're describing, okay? So the first thing I definitely would recommend doing is going back and thinking about your common theme, okay? So I'm going to say step 1, all right? So we're going to say first, relate back to your common theme. Okay, so my common theme is love, okay? So I've related mine back to love, and I'm trying to think of something that, well, for starters, I want to talk about visually and that I can connect with in a picture. For some of you, for dreams, maybe you're going to show a bed or a pillow. For some of you, for nature, maybe you're going to show a flower or the sun. In my situation, I actually wanted to talk about my love for my family and friends and why that love is there. So I drew out hands connecting together. I know it's it doesn't necessarily look, but my thought process was going like this and interconnecting those hands, okay? So, we'll wait a second. Sorry, my son was crying. So the idea behind it was the interconnecting hands and how we help each other, okay? So you will want to come up with one of those, okay? The second thing, so that's your second one, is to come up with what you want to talk about. So what do you want to describe? Okay? The third thing is you're going to actually write the poem. Keeping in mind, you want to be descriptive in what you're talking about. Okay? So if you look here at this poem, and I know you can't really see it, but it says, a cactus pokes with its pricklies, sharp points. So they describe the poem very in depth so that if you didn't know what this picture was, because let's face it, I can't draw, so I'm not sure who in our class can and can't. But if you can't tell based off of the picture, you can tell what they're talking about in their poem, okay? So you're going to want to write descriptive poem. Okay, so for example, if I was writing one about love, and I said what I wanted to pinpoint was how my family and friends help me. So I might say, family and friends help is my reasoning. My poem, so this is going to be step 1. So I'm going to number it 1. This is step 2. My step 3 is going to be my actual poem where I'm going to write it down. And I'll say family and friends. Oop, I might want to spell friends right? Man. Family and friends help each other. I probably want to also point out, always get lending a helping hand, since my picture was that. So, lending a helping hand. Okay? So now I've written my poem, which is descriptive. I'm talking about family and friends, my love for them because they help me out, always lending that helping hand. So now I want to actually draw out my poem, okay? Now here's where it's going to get interesting, because my advice to you is going to be to draw it on a sheet of paper like I did here. Okay, so draw it on a sheet of paper, and then you're going to fill in where you can. Please make sure you use pencil, because then you're going to be able to erase around it, okay? So I am going to draw these helping hands, okay? There's a helping hand, there's a helping hand, and there's a helping hand. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to write across these hands. So I might say something, I might start with family, friends, just across. Help each other. Each other. Ooh. Help each other. And then down here, lending a helping hand. Okay? So then, what I would actually end up doing at that point is I would then go back and I would erase all around, okay? And I'm using a pencil eraser here just to kind of show you that you should have written in pencil. But you can kind of see how I'm erasing it so that it makes that shape. Okay. Ooh, this is kind of fun. Okay, let me do that. Clear off my eraser. Okay. Okay. Now see how that doesn't look like much? If it doesn't look like much and you want to still keep the shape, you can, okay? I'm not going to fault you at keeping that. That's kind of what we did up here. But for those of us who do actually want to create that shape poem, this would be your next step. I personally I can't tell that these are hands, so I'm going to continue to just leave my hands there so that others can see that that's exactly what they were. Okay? I probably don't need fingers all the way down back there. Okay? Now, if you guys have any questions regarding a shape poem, you will only need one shape poem for this, okay? And here's the kicker. You guys don't need an image attached to this poem because this is the actual image. So you won't need a picture for this poem. If you guys have any more questions regarding shape poems, please contact me so that I can make sure to get that information to you. That being said, guys, go ahead, have fun with this. Remember, draw it on a sheet of paper and then take a picture of it, unless you have used one of the different apps that come with Chromebook where you can actually draw a picture out, okay? Have a great rest of your day.